So now that the 2023 NFL Draft is over, let's take a look at how the Buffalo Bills did. I gotta say, I came away quite impressed. So let's go over all the picks, and at the end I'll give an overall draft grade. Let's get right into it. With their first pick in the first round, the Bills trade up and take Dalton Kincaid, a tight end out of Utah. I gotta say, my first reaction, I was a little confused and I wasn't sure if I liked this pick. Kincaid adds a dimension that I hadn't really thought about, or at least realized the Bills needed, which is a big body that can reliably get open in the slot. And that's literally what Kincaid was put on this earth to do. He has an absolute uncanny ability to find the soft spot in coverages. Hopefully his body can withstand the rigors of the NFL. And if it does, who knows, maybe that comparison that everyone hates to Travis Kelce becomes a reality. My lips to 3D simulation God's ears. I give this pick an A-. The minus is for that they gave up a little bit of draft capital in order to draft a guy with some injury problems, but still, I like the potential here. All right, with their second pick, the Bills take Torrence. It was nice to see how jacked up the fan base was for this pick. You know you like football when you're fucking stoked that your team just drafted a guard in the second round. And it's understandable because it's really an amazing pick. They didn't have to move up to get him, and they got one of the best guards in the draft for sure, if not the best. Though often when it comes to guards, basically anything in the NFL, it comes down to scheme fit. And Torrence wouldn't fit with every team, but he does fit in with the Bills, who like big guys. Even better, his specialty is the run game, and he's definitely going to move some people. Also, not to mention, I did say that I wanted the Bills to target a guard on day 2, which made sense to me because I really figured they were going to give Spencer Brown another chance. I think with this addition, plus Josh Allen maybe chilling out a little bit, the line should be much improved this year. I give the Torrence pick an A. With their third pick, the Bills take Dorian Williams, a linebacker out of Tulane. This was the first Bills pick that I wasn't really too enamored with. In particular, it doesn't sound like he's an Edmonds replacement. The plan is to start him at outside linebacker and ease him in. Seems like a move with the future in mind, which I wouldn't have had as much of a problem with it if that pick was made in the 4th round or sometime on day 3. But either way, I can't really hate it because they do need linebacker help, so I think overall it's a B-. All right, with their fourth pick, the Bills take wide receiver Justin Shorter out of Florida. This is another solid pick for the Bills because, quite frankly, they really needed some size in the receiver room. Shorter isn't particularly athletic, and he's a build-up speed guy, but he's also a ball winner and plays tough. We'll see how his game translates to the NFL. These tougher possession types sometimes have a kind of a not great transition, I find, especially in the later rounds. But I have a feeling he's not being thought of as some sort of heir apparent to Stephon Diggs or something like that. He's there to fill a specific need. I think his size and his ability to win at the catch point is going to come in really handy down the stretch. Overall, I give this pick a B+. Okay, after a long gap between picks, the Bills make the first of their 2 7th-round picks by taking Nick Broeker, a guard out of Ole Miss. At first blush, it seems like the Bills have too many guards on the roster at this point, but I still think it's a good pick, especially in the 7th round. He's a former 4-star recruit and athletic for a guard. In particular, he does his best work in the run game, which is interesting because so does Torrence, meaning the Bills definitely put an emphasis on that this year. And looking at his arm length, which is sub 33, he's guard only, obviously. But when you're taking 7th-round picks, you're looking for potential, and he doesn't have to see the field this year. I think down the line, he can factor into things. I give the Broeker pick a B. All right, with their last pick, the Bills take a corner out of Oregon State, Alex Austin. NFL.com had him pegged as being a 4th or 5th rounder, so this is good value for him. But he's not the greatest athlete. He timed a 4.55 in the 40, but he's a bigger corner who's 6'1" and 195 pounds and excels in press. But most importantly, he's highly regarded for his football IQ, which tells me there's a good chance he'll be able to develop under McDermott. Sean McDermott obviously has had a long track record of success developing DBs, so someone like this with a mix of size and football intelligence, I don't think it's at all crazy to think that he could turn into something down the line. I give this pick another B. I think overall I would give the Bills draft an A- because of how strong the first 2 picks were. I think Kincaid's going to make a huge difference when it comes to the offense, and same with Torrence. And as for the rest of the draft, you can see that there's a bunch of guys who I think could definitely turn into something down the road. And I think the 4th rounder could even factor in a little bit this year in Justin Shorter. But most importantly, what did you think? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you could like and subscribe and pass this around, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching.